What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Hey. We have not had a regular tribe meeting all week. Now, I told y'all it was going to be that kind of a week, though. When I talked to y'all on Sunday, I think it was, I told y'all I had a lot going on this week. So I'm sorry if I neglected y'all. But we are here for a tribe meeting. Come on in, take a seat. We got 45 people in the room. Come on in. There's plenty of seats down front. Y'all know we got to do the roll call. And then we're going to get into some things of the things. Now, there's not a whole lot going on. I'm just going ahead and be honest with y'all. But we're going to get into a few things, child. We're going to get into a few other things. All right? Mm-mm-mm-mm. I got Tracy in the house. Keisha. Hey, Sly Sylvia. What's up, Abby? Hey, Miss Baything. Hey, Mr. Willie Brown. How you doing, my love? Hey, Cool Gamer. Hey. So, Jeff. So come on in, take a seat. Hey, Mimi. Hold on a second, y'all. I was waiting for a delivery. Hold on a quick second. That is my dinner, child. That's my dinner. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. But I'm here. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, Tasha. Hey. So we're gonna get into some things. Um, I will say this. Um, we may have a double header tonight. We may have a double header tonight. Um, for those of y'all who want to talk about the bishop, we may have a double header. We may. I don't know if we are or not. Let me tell you what's going on with the bishop. This is for the people who care about the bishop. I know some of y'all don't care no more. Y'all over it. Y'all tired of the bishop. And I respect that. Because to be honest, child, I'm about tired of him too. But he's supposed to be going live tonight at 7 o'clock, to address Tasha K. So we're going to see what he's talking about. We're going to see if he's talking about, I'm waiting to see if he's going to go live, child. If he go live, I'll screen record it and see if there's anything worth talking about, okay? So that's what I'm waiting for. Okay. I mean, that's not why I'm not on screen. I'm not on screen because I was waiting for my delivery, but I'm here now. Okay. Hey, Shannon, how you doing? All right, there go my other Tracy. I got both my Tracys here. Hey, Cassandra. Hey, Yogi, what's going on? All right, you guys. Mm, mm. And shout out to all my members that are in the chat. Yes to the members. Right, it's 7 o'clock. Where he at? You know he got that expensive fake ass Rolex. You know he know how to tell time, child. Child. All right, y'all. I'm here. Sorry about that. I was trying to get my life together, child. All right. All right, y'all. Tracy, let me know when he go live so I know when to start screen recording, please. Let me know when he pop up, child, so I know when to start screen recording. It's the fact that 80% of viewers haven't hit the like button yet. I don't like that. Not okay, not selfish. Hey, Shelly Fly, I see some new names in the chat. If you new, come on and wave your hand. Y'all know how much we love. We love to meet and greet the new folk. I got my Urshas in the house. They'll give you a new membership. They'll get you a good seat down front. We got it's 84 people in the room. We still got a few seats. I don't know. The first row might be full, but we got plenty going on in the second and third rows. Okay, y'all come on in. So first of all, let's get into some things. I got a couple of quick stories I want to get into, and then we can get into some of the heaviest stuff. Danny, listen, you want me to accept that Zelle? I don't know how to do it. I'll call you. I don't know how to accept the Zelle because I don't see it in my when I go into my account. I don't see it. So normally when somebody sends me a Zelle, it just comes right through, just like a Cash App does. So we gotta talk. You really want that lipstick? You know what this is? This is a lipstick. I don't wear this. I said I just started digging around This is a Fenty color. This is from Fenty. The color is, ooh, I don't know if I know the color. Hold on. Oh, child. Y'all want me to, ooh, hold on. I can't see nothing. Yeah, I know I can't see, child. This is called, this is Stunner Lip Paint. This is Fenty Beauty, Stunner Lip Paint, and this is called Undefeated. It's a Stunner Lip Paint. It's called Undefeated. I ain't gonna say I think, let me say I think I got this with a box. You know how they do every once in a while they do the surprise boxes. He live? Okay, hold on. All right, y'all. Let me go on and hit the screen record. I'm just gonna screen record it. I'll listen to it. What I'll probably do, y'all. So I'm gonna screen record it, and then what I'll probably do is come back and we'll watch it together. Cause I'm here with y'all. He said tag Tasha K. Child, you know Tasha K already in the room. When he posted it on his Instagram, Tasha K already. Yeah. So I will listen. So we're gonna have a double header, child. We're gonna have a double header. We're gonna get off of here and then we'll come back and y'all know how we do. We'll come back in about 30 minutes after we get off of here and we'll listen to it together because I'm not listening. I'm talking to y'all. Oh, hold on, y'all. Chef Don Don is in there. You know Chef Don Don gonna get it, honey. Child, he talking already. Talking about he ain't scared. Anyway, let's get into it. So, first of all, shout out to all my members in the room. I love seeing this chat lit up in green. Don't forget that on June the 1st, there will be another membership gifted. There'll be another membership gifted on June the 1st. So, Fetty Wap, yes, Danny done dropped the link for the merch. She's dropped the link for the merch. Now, Fetty Wap has been sentenced to 6 years. Y'all know Fetty Wap is a rapper. He got the one that got shot in the eye. He did the song Trap Queen. That's the only song I know by Fetty Wap. And yes, I love that song. My inner trap queen loves that song. I love that song. But he got arrested. You know, he got arrested. And he was convicted or pled guilty, one of the two things, to selling the narcotics. Now, his attorney tried to argue that he started selling the narcotics during the Panorama, that money got funny, and you know he had to resort to his old way of life during the Panorama. Now, here's the thing: I don't doubt that, but the last time I checked, that is not a defense against committing a crime. You losing your job, your money being funny. Listen, the Panorama hit everybody. That's why these. Why you think everybody is on tour this summer? Why you think the tickets for these tours are $500? Because everybody is trying to get the money that they got through the Panorama. Okay. Tracy said thank you to everybody who sent her a cash app for her birthday. Thank you, Tribe, for sending a little love offering to Tracy for her birthday. Tracy has been a supporter for a very long time. I got my twins in the chat, Tracy and Tracy. They have been supporters for a very long time. So thank you. I'm glad you had a great birthday. Absolutely, Tasha. He could have done what all them other damn celebrities did during the Panorama and started a YouTube page. Remember all them celebrities that started YouTube pages? Where are they at now? Gone. You know why they gone? Because we back outside. Every celebrity from A-list all the way down to D-list had a YouTube channel. They was doing talk shows and game shows and panel conversations, and everybody was doing everything. So that's what people did, sir. Now we know that people was out there committing felonies. We know they was out there, criming, but at last I checked, that just can't be an argument. Is that an argument? Y'all, I really didn't want to take my Invisaligns off to eat my dinner because this is my dinner. I really didn't want to take because when I tell you I got my new Invisaligns yesterday and them things are hurting. Like I've been doing this for a year and sometimes they hurt and sometimes they don't. Hey Nay, but these right here, These hurt, and I really don't want to take them off because I don't want to have to put them back on. But I can feel the green. I really don't want the green to be in there either. I'm gonna have to figure something out because this is not the answer. Anyway. What's Nico? I mean, hey, what's up, Nico? So anyway, that's what he told. But he was sentenced to 6 years, which I still think was a pretty good sentence. I don't know what the drug, I don't know what the sentences are these days for drugs, but it still sounded to me like that's a pretty good sentence. 6 years. I mean, I don't know if that's Fed time or state time. I don't know. I haven't done no research. I don't care that much, but I still think 6 years is pretty good. Hey, 6 years pretty good. So I thought 6 years was pretty good. Anyway, so let's get into it. Okay, so that's that. I'm just giving y'all know we get our little quick hits. We get our little quick hits. Now listen, we're gonna Abby. Are you still here, Abby? Abby, if you are still here, I think we already put Raz B on the prayer list, on the sick and shut in list. We need to put Raz B at the top of the sick and shut in list. Jen Shaw did get 5 years. We need to put Raz B on the sick and shut in list because we know a couple of days ago, Raz B, somebody came down here and they posted that that Chris Stokes ain't never do nothing to them, that he lied on it, and he just wanted to make peace with his cousin, and his cousin saved his life. Remember that? And remember everybody was side-eyeing him like, well, now we find out that he already on it. Okay, good. Now we find out that Raz B posted a video the other day talking about something he don't feel safe, that he is being held against his will or something to that effect, and he does not feel safe. I said, okay, now this is getting a little freaky deaky. Then his brother came down and said that Raz B needs surgery on his wrist, and he's in the hospital and he don't want to get the surgery, and that's what the whole hoopla is talking about, right? Well, now today there is video footage of Raz B climbing a wall on a building, I guess trying to get away. It's Fed time for Fetty Wap, so he got to do what, 80% of that? So you're going to be, listen, 6 years, 80% of 6 years, you still all right, y'all. You all right. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't trust it. Oh, Lord, Tasha K done went live with Whitehead. Oh, we definitely going live after this, y'all. We going to talk about this thing. But something ain't right about this whole situation. Now, I want to know how his wrist got broken. I want to know how his wrist got broken. And I want to know why he worried about the wrist being broken. And I want to know, not why he worried, but I want to know why he's scared to have this surgery. Why is he climbing a wall with a broken wrist? And who, what, when, where, or how posted that video, that message saying that Chris Stokes ain't do nothing? I got questions. And I ain't gonna sit here and tell y'all know I don't really do a whole child. We gonna Paige, we coming back. Paige, we gonna come back. I promise you we gonna come back, child. And honestly, y'all, and this is real talk, I don't do a whole lot of conspiracy theories and all that. I do, but I don't bring them down here a lot. But something ain't right about this. Something don't sit right in my soul with this situation. I'll be honest with you. I believe that something happened to Raz B. Now, I ain't going to say who did it, but I believe something happened to that baby. And I feel some kind of way about this situation. He posted this cryptic message rebuking everything he's been saying for the last 10 minutes. And, for the last 10 years. And then, or however long he's been saying it. And then he posted a video talking about something he don't feel safe. All of a sudden, he need to have surgery on the wrist. And now we got video of him on top of a wall. They done place him on a 72-hour hold. Yeah, it's easy to say that he don't. It's easy for them to be like, oh, he's a danger to himself, because he does look like he's a danger to himself. He on top of a damn wall trying to escape. We're gonna keep him on the list, and I'm serious, y'all. I ain't even playing. Something ain't sitting right in my spirit with this situation. He don't want to go under the anesthesia. Maybe. Well, he done kicked Tasha K off the line. They was arguing now. He done kick. Child, we gonna. Okay, let me focus. I'm screen recording it, so we're gonna focus. Hold on, let me make sure my screen recording is coming out. Okay. So Orlando Brown is coming out, the same one and all of this. Isn't that right? He undergoing a mental evaluation. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't, but I'm going to just say, I don't think it's all in his head. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on. We're gonna keep our eye on that one. See, now I can't. Some of these stories I can't. That dang on Bishop being live is gonna make it hard for me to do some of these stories. All right. Let me give y'all the update on the Kim Zolciak Bierman versus Kroy Bierman situation. So y'all know they filed for divorce, child, and she said that he getting high all the time, and so keep smoking the weed, and she want him to have to take a drug test. Well, then he came back and said, well, she need to undergo a mental evaluation because she done spent up all our damn money with her gambling habit. And then he proceeded to provide receipts from. That's okay. Come on in, Paul. Let me read. This is coming from Radar Online. Kim Zolciak's estranged husband, Kroy, has demanded the reality star be examined by a medical professional due to her troubling behavior. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online, Kroy has asked the judge presiding over their divorce to force Kim to sit for a physical evaluation. In the filing, Kroy says that Kim has presented very troubling behavior, which has accelerated in the months leading up to him filing for divorce. He said that she acknowledged spending substantial time and marital funds on gambling and other games of chance. This compulsion has financially devastated the parties. Kim's time is so consumed with online gambling that she is unable to properly care for the children. Kroy said he is concerned for the children's safety and well-being. He wants Kim to be psychologically evaluated to determine if she has any underlying mental issues such as depression, anxiety, narcissistic personality disorder, bipolar, ADD, or anything else. Child, the two of them are gonna wear me out. I'm just gonna tell y'all now. The two of them are gonna wear me out. Okay. At the end of the day, you didn't have no problem with him smoking all the weed when y'all was together. And you ain't had no problem with her gambling when until the money was gone. See, the thing was, she was probably winning for a while, or she would win. The thing people have to understand about gambling is that the house always wins. Kenny Rogers told us best. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Listen, you can win at gambling, but trust and believe you will lose more than you will win if you stay around long enough to keep playing. Now that's just a fact. And I like to gamble. I will go down to the casino. I gamble during football season. I don't really gamble on basketball too much, but I gamble during football season. And I win. You know? But clearly I don't win enough to retire. But Kim used to, You know how you go into the 7-Eleven and they have the whole roll of scratch offs? Kim would literally go into the store and buy the whole roll. Now, I don't know the numbers. I don't know the numbers. So I don't know how much a roll costs versus what the possibility is that you win it. But the reality is, if you buy a whole roll once a week, let's say the max you can win on that roll is $40,000. You know good and damn well they ain't gonna put more than one winning ticket on a roll. So if you spend, I don't know the numbers, y'all, but if you spend $10,000 on a roll, you miss Tasha K live. Say what? Tasha K's live now? Tracy, Tasha K, hold on. Is Tasha K live right now, Tracy? The good thing about Tasha K is Tasha K will keep it up. He deletes his stuff. That's why I got to screen record him. He deletes it. But Tasha K will keep her stuff up. Especially if she's responding to him. I have myself a Powerball, Mega Ball. I have coworkers who can't work from gambling down to the job. You see, I don't do that. Now, when the jackpot gets to like 5 million, 500 million, I usually buy me a couple of tickets. I don't never hold my breath that I'm gonna win nothing. But you never listen. You can't win if you don't try. But I don't ever want to get. I know people who got to play. Her husband called and told her to get off the line. Damn. Okay. I shouldn't say that. That was me. I shouldn't have said that. Her husband did what he was supposed to do. I don't ever want to be one of those people that have to play my numbers every day. Like I feel like you're a slave. Now I know people who win now. I know people who play them numbers and they win. But if you can't get to the store one day and your number hit, in my mind, I don't think I could get over that. Like I like to play roulette. And for those who don't know how to play roulette, that's the game where you put the numbers. I mean, you put the chips on the square and they roll the ball, and then wherever the number lands, that number. I like to play roulette. That's one of the games I like to play. But when I'm not at the roulette table, I have to walk away because I have certain numbers that I play. And if I say, okay, well, that's enough, I'm not playing no more, and my number hit, oh, bitch, I'm mad. So when I'm no longer playing, I literally have to walk away. Because if my number hit and my money ain't on that table, baby, oh, it's going to be a situation. Hey, Xavier. Yeah. No, weed's not legal everywhere. It's state to state. So anyway, that's the update on their divorce. Child, they're going to wear me out. I just feel like they're going to be divorcing forever. I think a part of me feels like they're trying to build up as much as they can because they're trying to get on they're trying to get on a show. I do feel like some of this is for show. I'll be honest with y'all. I think some of this is for show. Right, now she want to listen to her husband. Right, okay. And then also too, I never gamble more than I can afford to lose. Like I don't, when I do go and gamble, I don't be playing at them $20, $30 tables. Let me find me a good $5 table, maybe a $10 table. But if I can't get on a $5 table or a $10 table, baby, I'm not playing. I know what my money look like. I know what my bank account can handle. And that's, thank God I'm not an addict. You know what I'm saying? Because I know. All right. Deitrick Haddon. This is all I'm going to say to y'all. I have two opinions on this Deitrick Haddon situation. For those who don't know, Deitrick Haddon is a gospel star. He had his 50th birthday party. At the 50th birthday party, his wife, I'm going to say that one more time. His wife, oops, I'm going to say it again. His wife, one more time for the people in the back of the church. His wife was twerking on him at the party. His wife. The woman he's married to. The woman he lays with every night. The woman who he, wears his ring. His wife was twerking on him down to his birthday party. People had a problem with it. Now, on one hand, my first instinct is, sir, like, people, get over it. Like, go sit down somewhere. Like, I could see if this was some random chick at the club. I could see if but sir, that's his wife. If y'all don't go sit down somewhere and chill out. But then the flip side of me is, you know what it is that you do. You know what you know the people. You know how the people are. So part of me was kind of like, y'all should have just had no cameras. Okay, just do your thing and not have cameras and enjoy yourself. But 90% of me is like, child, chill out. That's that man's wife. It was his 50th birthday party. That we're having a good time. If y'all don't go sit down somewhere, like I said, if it was some random chick twerking on him, then I'd be like, ooh, he did too much. He know better. But it's his wife. Y'all just don't want people to have no fun. Damn, she can't twerk. The first lady can't twerk. Right. Mm-mm. Tracy said they don't make love to Amazing Grace. I know that's right. They do. People really do way too much, y'all. Way, way, way too much. We got some basketball wives news. First of all, I'm not understanding why this show is still here. Why have they not? What? Why have they not canceled this show? So season 11 of Basketball Wives is coming back, and I guess they figured to bring ratings up, they got to reach back in their purse, and they done went and got Evelyn Lozada. Listen, nobody wants her. Nobody wants her. The ratings aren't bad because Evelyn left. The ratings are bad because the show just is over. It's just done and it is over. Everything, listen, there's everything comes to an end. This show has been on the air for like 12 years. Let it go. Right, they canceled Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, but not Basketball Wives. Right, like, let it go. We didn't ask for Evelyn, and we damn sure didn't ask for season 11. That's how I feel about it. Now, on the flip side, British Williams pled guilty yesterday in federal court. Listen, she pled guilty to 15, counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 counts of all kinds of stuff. There was fraud, there was misappropriate, she had child, you name it, she did it, child. Listen, as I was reading what she pled guilty to, I was like, okay, so first of all, why you act like you ain't know what you had done wrong? Child, you got caught up on all kinds of stuff. First of all, one of her counts that she pled guilty to was she claims her niece and her nephew on her taxes. Ma'am. Now, I know people do it and people get away with it. But ma'am, you knew that was wrong when you did it. You pledged your niece, you claimed your niece and your nephew on your taxes. Then she pled guilty. Of course, she had PPP loans, child. She had them. Okay. Then not only did she have PPP loans, but she applied for a program during the Panorama in California where they would pay her rent. So the state of California paid her rent because she said that her income had dropped below $50,000 a year. How about the show was paying her rent? See, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The show was paying her rent. You went out and you filed paperwork to say that you needed help paying your damn rent, and Basketball Wives was paying it. Ma'am, this is what you pled guilty to. This isn't what you were convicted of, and you can say, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. You pled guilty. I ain't done. I am not done. Then she admitted to using people's social security numbers and basically committing bank fraud by opening up accounts, getting all of this credit in these other people's names, running up the credit, and then closing up the accounts. Y'all know that's how people do. Y'all know that. Y'all know that old scheme. That scheme is old. Listen. I'm sorry. Y'all. And that's why I always keep telling y'all, don't allow yourselves to get caught up in these lifestyles that people are perpetrating on these shows. The more labels people got to show you, the less money they have. Now, I'm going to just go on and say it. I'm going to call a thing a thing. When somebody got to wear a Fendi shirt, a Fendi t-shirt, some Fendi pants, some Fendi flip-flops, some Fendi earrings, and a Fendi purse, I'm telling you, 80% of that is fake or boosted. It might be real, but they ain't get it from the Fendi store. Y'all got to stop buying into this lifestyle that people want you to think they're living. We done had this conversation before. Rich folk don't do a whole lot of logos. They might be Fendi, but it ain't the Fendi you can see. And I'm not saying all the time, y'all, but I'm talking about this, the oversaturation of the labels. The oversaturation of the labels. I'm sorry. I'm coming for Nikki. I ain't coming for Nikki. Another YouTuber did an expose on British, and she been running scams for a long time, and I believe her baby daddy was in some of them. Probably. I'm okay with the rainbow flip flops. Listen, let me tell you something. Y'all know I will buy stuff. I will buy a name, and I will carry a logo. But I will also wear, like you said, I will also wear some flip flops from Old Navy in a minute. I'll also pick up some shoes from Rack Room, TJ Maxx. I'll go down to the outlet in a New York minute. Y'all got stop. Y'all gotta stop buying into these lifestyles. Marlo told you that Drew was wearing tape on the bottom of her shoes, child. She's wearing tape on the bottom of her shoes. Yeah, Goodwill, consignment shops, all that. There you go, Bobo. High low. High low. Mix and match it, baby. Mix and match it. Anyway, speaking of, I guess we'll stay in the the reality show realm, child. Joseline Hernandez was down to the Poshmark. Yep. Joseline Hernandez was down to the Drink Champs podcast, and she expressed that she would be interested in having a sit down with Mona Scott Young, and she gave Mona Scott Young some credit for basically helping her, just basically discover her or give her a chance. And she said, I would never take that away from Mona, and Mona, can say that she put me on, that she birthed the Puerto Rican princess. But I heard a humbleness in Joseline. And I want to say this to you guys, and I know when I say this, Jonathan gonna drop out the sky when I say this. But Joseline did the same thing to Mona that Nene did to Andy. Joseline thought that she got bigger than the show. She thought that the show couldn't work without her, that the show couldn't function without her. Now, is the show as good as it was with Joseline? No, it ain't. We're gonna call a thing a thing. Just like the Real Housewives of Atlanta is not as good without Nene. But the show didn't stop because you left. Now we can always argue that the show was better, but the show ain't stopped. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, she did all that. Right, that's what I'm saying, Shannon. She been pleading innocent, just like Jen Shaw. I'm innocent, 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 child. Now the reality of the situation is this, y'all. We know that Mona don't pay her people like she probably should pay her people. So Joseline probably did have an argument to make that that Mona owed her money. Mona probably did owe her some damn money, child. She probably did. I ain't gonna sit here and lie about that. But again, I say it's not whether you have a valid point or not. It's not about whether you have a valid point or not. It's about how you express that point. It's about how you express that point. Ain't nobody saying you ain't have no valid point. You probably did deserve more money than what Mona was paying you. But at the same time, it's how you chose to do it. I mean, you cussed Mona out, told Mona to kiss your ass. You cussed out Love and Hip Hop. You walked out in the middle of the reunion after you tried to fight every damn body. Now they said that they said you and Stevie was, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you had some outside influences when all that went down. But fast forward, now I know you down to the Zeus and all that other stuff, but you know, I think I found that to be very interesting. I found that to be very interesting. Um, yeah, she did talk about how she did temporarily lose custody of her daughter. Now I don't know what I didn't watch the whole podcast, so I didn't see all of that. Now I don't know what the hell you did that a judge thought Stevie J was a better daddy, that was better fit to be the parent than you were, child. I don't know what you was doing. That a judge said we're gonna send her with Stevie J over you. Now she got custody back now. She said it was only temporary, but I can only imagine what she did. I can only imagine what she did. She did get a bigger bag. I mean, she got her own show over on Zeus. And they getting ready to do their next season. It's gonna be in the Joseline's Cabaret is gonna be in New York this season. So that's what I said. They said that she was, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know them people like that. Oh, all right, let's get into some of these other stories. She gives me booster. I so agree. Send the child to Stevie J. What on earth did she do? Leave the child alone? What? That's what I'm saying. I mean, and don't get me wrong. I don't know what came up in court and what didn't come up in court. I mean, we know Stevie J. From what we see him on the show and stuff like that. But I just have to. I mean, what evidence did he have against her that a judge said, okay, at least temporarily, he the better daddy? I just can't imagine. I mean, that was why he was married to Faith. So maybe Faith was giving him some stability, child. I don't know. Nah, they can keep that and the whole channel way over there, child. You ain't lying about that. All right, we need to have a listen. It's 156 of y'all in here. I hope everybody hit that like button. If you're new, go and hit the subscribe button. But come on down. I need to talk to the people. I need y'all to come down front. Come here. Tracy, thank you so much for the cash app, my love. I appreciate that. Tracy, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. Let me put my, donations are not required, but they are appreciated. And I do appreciate you. Thank you. Now listen. Come here. Come here. Come down. I need everybody come down front. I need everybody's eyes and ears. I need you listening. I need you paying attention. Come here. Come here. Come here, tribe. Come here. Now listen. They dropped the trailer for The Color Purple. And I have already seen some people, so I feel like I need to talk to you. Come here. Gather children. I need to share some things with you about this Color Purple experience because I'm not, listen, I got 6 months to get it together. It drops on Christmas Day. First of all, why are they dropping a movie on Christmas Day? Now, I love you, Oprah, and I love the Color Purple, and I plan to see it, but I'm not going on Christmas Day. I don't know why y'all did that. I will go the day after Christmas, which is my mama's birthday. I'll take my mama to go see it on her birthday. But I'm not going on Christmas. I'm not doing that. I don't know why y'all did that. But okay, that's not my business. That's between you and the movie people. But listen, I need y'all to understand a couple of things about this Color Purple situation. Number one, it is not a remake. So get it out your head. When you go see The Color Purple, do not expect that it is a remake of The Color Purple, the movie made by Steven Spielberg with Whoopi and Oprah back in the 80s. It is not a remake. I repeat, it is not a remake. That is number one. Thank you so much, Cassandra, for the super sticker, my love. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's number one. Number two, it is a musical. So do not come down here complaining, talking about, I didn't know they was going to be doing all that singing. It's a musical. This is the film adaptation of the Broadway show. The Broadway show was a musical. So that's number two. Please, y'all. I don't want nobody complaining about the music. It's a musical. Number three, the musical explored some themes that the book explored, but the movie did not. Let me clear this up for you. They should have called it The Color Close to Purple. No, it's The Color Purple, the musical. That's what I'm saying. It's The Color Purple, the music. They made it a musical because a lot of people had this problem when they went to go see The Color Purple on Broadway. They were like, "Oh, it's different from the movie. It's supposed to be." If you ever read The Color Purple, the actual novel, The Color Purple, you know some things went down in the novel that we never saw in the movie because it was too risque for the 1980s, all right? Steven Spielberg wasn't going to go down that road, but if you read The Color Purple, the novel, then you know that in the novel, The Color Purple, you know that Miss Seeley and Suge Avery had a relationship. They were intimate. They were a couple. If you saw the musical, hold on, y'all. If you saw the musical, then you also know that that was explored even further in the musical. They had a full-blown relationship in the musical. So what I don't listen, please don't embarrass me, tribe. Don't go down, don't get you a good ticket and go down to that movie theater on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, the week after Christmas, New Year's, whatever you want to go. Don't come out that theater and embarrass me. Don't come out that theater and say, I ain't know all that. Mm. If you don't want to see two women in a relationship, then don't go see the movie. Yes, Mr. was sharing. It was a whole love triangle they had going on. They implied it in the movie, Tasha, but in the musical, it's not implied. It's not implied at all. Okay? So if you went to go see The Color Purple on Broadway, it is closer to that version than the movie. This listen, because I saw people talking about why they remake the movie. They didn't remake the movie. They took the Broadway show and they made the movie version of the Broadway show. That's all I'm gonna say to y'all. Now, again, please go see it. Please go support it. I mean, I ain't telling nobody. Y'all know I ain't gonna make you go see something you don't want to see. I'm gonna go with you for the sole purpose of embarrassing you. You are not going with me. You will not. No, you will not. You will not. Okay. They still won't do it really be. Well, listen, my tribe not, because I'm telling y'all, I'm getting the tribe ready. I'm telling y'all, the tribe not going to do it. Y'all not going to go down there and embarrass me. They did the same thing with the Broadway show Rent. Yeah, don't go down there and embarrassing me. It's like saying The Wiz was a remake of The Wizard of Oz and getting mad because they did all that singing and it was an all-black cast. But it wasn't. Go see Mermaid this weekend. I'm gonna buy a ticket. I'm not interested in seeing the movie. I'm gonna buy a ticket though, because I'm gonna support it. But I'm not interested. I mean, I'm all here for the Black Mermaid, and I'm great. That's beautiful. But I'm not interested in seeing it. But I'm gonna buy a ticket. Can we read the book for book club in July? Jane, I'm gonna just go ahead and be honest with you, and I'm gonna tell you that's gonna probably be a no. And I'm gonna tell you why. I ain't like the book. That's let me rewind. Let me rewind. I'm not gonna say I did not like the book. I'm just gonna say I'm not interested in reading it again. I read it. I'm not interested in reading it again. Um, as we get closer, maybe I might change my mind, but I'm not gonna say no. I'm just gonna say probably not, but I'm not gonna say no. I'm just not interested. Like, listen, I'm here for it. The Color Purple was great. It was a great movie and all that. Yeah. But I mean, I saw the Broadway show. I enjoyed the Broadway show, and I'm gonna go see the movie. But you know, I'm with you, really be. I'm not going to see a Little Mermaid. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a ticket though. Whenever there's a black movie that I'm not interested in seeing, I still buy a ticket to support it. But I don't care about the. I mean, again, again, that's great that we got a black. We have the black representation, and I'm happy to see it. But I don't care. I know that's right, Janae. You better take that baby to go see it. And if I had a child, you know what I mean, I would definitely do it. See, if you don't like musicals, then it's not then you probably not gonna want to see it. And let me say this, and not only if you don't like musicals, but if you do not enjoy Fantasia's singing, I don't want nobody complaining about Fantasia because you know she's the lead. She's singing. So don't come back complaining about Fantasia. Hello. Hello. She the lead. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. The bishop is done. Did Tasha K go live, y'all? Y'all said her husband told her to get off the line. She gonna talk about him at some point, child. I'm just colored purple out. Listen, I seen the movie, I read the book, I saw the play twice. The other thing is, why did you call her singing out now? I didn't call her singing out. What are you talking about? What about YSL? What new happened with YSL? I don't know what happened, Amber. I didn't see nothing today. Tell me about something. She deleted the lives. Damn, she deleted them. Damn. She normally don't delete them, but please know that Tasha K will respond. She gonna calm down and she gonna do it more methodically, but she will respond. I promise you. Just asking me. Oh, I don't have an update. I don't have an update. And I thought, look, I thought you knew something I didn't know, child. Now she said she should start a GoFundMe for his side too. I'm not doing this for her. Remember this day when Fantasia gets an Oscar now. I like Fantasia. I'm not talking about Fantasia. I'm talking about the people who complain about Fantasia singing. I love Fanny. I have been a fan of Fantasia since she auditioned for American Idol. I still remember what song she sang for her audition. Do y'all remember what song she sang? She sang Big Wheels Keep On Turning. Oh, she sang Proud Mary. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. She sang Proud Mary for her audition for Big Brother. I mean, for Lord, I said Big Brother. For American Idol. I still remember her auditioning. I love Fantasia. I love her singing. I don't have no. Is she extra and over the top? Yep. And I love every minute of it. Yeah. Haley is in the color purple too. She sure is. Oh, everybody else, yeah. And she, let me say this. I'm not saying she will get an Oscar nod, but she's definitely going to get a lot of I think she's going to get a lot of positive recognition from it. She's going to get all the black awards, child. She's going to get the NAACP Image Award and all that. She's going to get all the black awards. I love her singing Summertime. That was so iconic. That was so iconic. All right. So I just had to do my PSA for the color purple. I had to do my PSA for the color purple. Okay. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. We're gonna come back at Christmas. Before the show, the week before, we're gonna revisit this. I'm gonna have to do a refresher course because that is 6 months from now. So I got to do a refresher course, okay? But I just need y'all to understand. Get it out your head now. It is not a remake. It is a film adaptation of the musical, and if you've never seen the musical, please don't go in there thinking you're gonna see what you saw in the movie. You got a better chance of reading the book. And Jane, I may revisit reading the book. I may revisit that. Give me some time. Give me some time. I may think about that. Because I think maybe we do need to read the book. Maybe we do. Jane, we might do it. We might do it, girl. We might need to read the book. Okay. All right, let's get into. We got a couple of more stories, and then I'm gonna eat my dinner, and then we're gonna come back and talk about what this bishop talking about, child. Oh Lord, Meg Thee Stallion. I think we forgot that Meg Thee Stallion is still suing her record label, right? So Meg Thee Stallion. Oh, let me say, I was screen recording, so I couldn't read y'all this. Deitrick Haddon did issue a statement, and he posted this on his Instagram. The next level for the church is to learn how to disagree without disrespect. Some approve of me dancing in public with my wife, and others don't, and that's okay. In the words of the Stylistics, people make the world go round. If you would be so dope, it would be so dope if we could celebrate our differences instead of demonizing everyone that doesn't think like you. I still love y'all, and there's nothing you can do about it. I think that was a very respectable response. And he basically told y'all to kiss his ass. And I'm here for it. All right. So Meg Thee Stallion is still suing her record label. Meg Thee Stallion wants Meg Thee Stallion wants boyfriend of ex-best friend Kelsey Harris to be questioned in her lawsuit against a strange label 1501 certified. So let me read it to y'all. According to a report from Radar Online, Meg Thee Stallion has asked a Texas judge to order her old best friend Kelsey's partner to appear at her deposition. If you didn't know, Kelsey Harris's mate / child's father, Darian Smith, is listed as an executive at Meg Thee Stallion's estranged label. The Her Rhymer has been battling in and out of court with the label for a while now, and she wants out, but is seemingly having a hard time breaking away from the terms of her agreement. Over the course of her highly publicized lawsuit, Stallion claimed that CEO Carl Crawford not only blocked her from releasing music, but also withheld some of the royalties and failed to renegotiate her contract. Back in April, the 28-year-old even accused Carl Crawford of draining the label's funds so that he won't have to cough up what's owed to her. Allegedly, because of Darian Smith's position in the company, Stallion believes that he would have first-hand knowledge regarding the business dealings with 1501, prompting the petition for him to be forced under oath. In legal documents, a rep for Meg said she endured mistreatment and abuse from 1501 and Carl Crawford, and she's looking forward to the lawsuit ending soon and in a jury of her peers. Additionally, Stallion's team is alleging that the 1501 crew has refused to work with her in good faith to schedule these depositions, and they alluded that it's the reason why she's now taking further action. So, remember during the trial, that came up during the trial, the fact that everybody was like Kelsey Flip, Kelsey Flip, Kelsey Flip. And that came up during the trial that Kelsey's boyfriend slash baby daddy worked for Carl Crawford, which of course he had, which a lot of people were saying gave her incentive to flip her story and why she was now saying that um Meg lied and that's not what happened. And remember, she even recanted her whole deposition that she gave to the court. And remember, when she originally gave that deposition to the DA, when she originally told that story, that where she said that old boy was the one that pop-out Meg, remember, her boyfriend was sitting with her. Her lawyer was sitting there and her boyfriend was sitting there. Something happened between that deposition and that trial. Mm-hmm. Child. That's what they said, child. That's what they said. So we'll keep an eye on that. I want this case to be over for Meg so she can really truly just move on. Just pay that girl and get and leave it alone, child. Pay that girl and leave it alone, honey. All right. I got this one last story. I told y'all it wasn't really a whole going on, child. I got this one last story, and we'll be back. We'll come back at the clock and we will pack this Bishop Whitehead situation. But I was gonna say something about Whitehead, but I'll just roll that over into the live about with him and Tasha K. Now listen, the things I do for y'all. I love y'all. I love my tribe. And I appreciate when y'all show me love. Y'all, because y'all let me know that y'all appreciate me. The things I do for y'all. Now, let me tell y'all what I did for y'all today. I was gonna do a whole separate video on this, but I don't have enough to talk about. I started taking notes and everything, and I got about halfway through and realized I just don't care enough. And it's not that I don't care. I shouldn't say I don't care. It ain't enough there, because I talk about stuff I don't care about a lot, but it ain't enough there. Oh, I love. Wait a minute, what you saying about Saturday Night Fever? Movies have music made just for a movie. They could play all the songs during the movies in different scenes. And I just Saturday Night Fever. I like Saturday Night Fever. Saturday Night Fever. Now, what's her name? Dania Jackson. Derek Jackson's wife. She sat down with Future Wifey Podcast and she told it all. And for those who don't know, Derek Jackson was Derek Jackson was the guru, don't mess with, F boys, guru that all these women was in love with. And oh, he's so great, he's so smart. Oh my gosh, look at this is I want my man to be like Derek. Every man should go find Derek. And then we found out he was a whole fuck boy. Remember? So his wife has come down and she has spoken. Now people have been posting these sound bites all over the internet from her, the salacious things to get you to, clickbait. Let me say this, and I'm gonna tell you why I didn't want to do a separate video. Because y'all, I'm gonna just tell you a little bit of the story, and then I'm gonna tell you why I just was like, I can't. So she started this off by saying that because he, the guy who does Future Wifey podcast was like, everybody's been wanting to talk to you. You could have talked to anybody, but you chose me. I really appreciate it. She said God told her to talk to him. Now, I'm not going to tell her what God said because I don't know her relationship with him, okay? Him or her. I don't know her relationship with God. I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying that that's how she started the conversation, okay? She said that she talked a little bit about her life story. She basically was a oops. Her parents were teenagers. They got pregnant, so they were never really in a real relationship. So she said that all her life she felt unwanted. Her father never really played an active role in her life. He made a lot of promises that he never kept. She said she was a tomboy as a kid because her father was active with his sons, but never active with her. He coached their teams and da 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 da. So she thought if I played sports, then maybe my father would want to be around me. Unfortunately, she never really got a chance to flesh that out with her dad because he died when she was a teenager, I believe she said. She went to college. She's from Denver, Colorado, but then she went to college. She went to Tuskegee University. That is where she met Derek. Now, she talked about the fact that 3 weeks before she met Derek, she was sexually assaulted at a party. And she talks about how she felt like she never really had an opportunity to process um, the assault before she got into this relationship with Derek. She also talks about the fact that when she met Derek, she wasn't cute. She had acne. She was, the nerd in class. He died when she was 12. Thank you. She was the nerd in class. He was the football player, and he came up to her. So first of all, he came up to her and he ran the line. Are you a model? And then when she was like, well, I did a little modeling, a little yang yang. He said, well, can you tutor me? So first of all, those two things never meshed to begin with. Why does it matter if she was a model if you wanted her to tutor you? But okay, whatever, child. From there, she said basically it was on and popping. She said they talked all day, every day. They fell asleep on the phone. You know that young love stuff you do when you first meet somebody and it's all fresh and new. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Okay, let's hang up together. And then you don't hang up. Y'all know that young love thing. So there was that young love thing going on, right? They dated for 9 years before they got married because they met when they were 19. So they didn't get married until their late 20s. She said in that 9 years, there was a lot of breakup, makeup, and a lot of infidelity from the beginning. This man was cheating on her from the word go. She said that she found videos of him having sex. So not only was he cheating, child, he was videotaping himself having sex with other women. And she said that she would find the pictures and find the evidence, but she never really confronted him because she was scared of losing him. And to me, ding, 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 ding. Once you say that, the rest of what you say really. When she said the Lord told, see, Abby, I can't do this with you. So she said they were living in Raleigh, North Carolina. They were planning to move to Atlanta together. And that's when she broke up with him. She was really done with him. She was really, really done with him. But at that point, she had already transferred her job to Atlanta. She had already done all these things to plan to move to Atlanta. So she moved to Atlanta. Well, so did he. This is where it got really, you know. She said that they were not back together. They were not together. But basically, she became a part of his rotation. She said that this man was sleeping with so many women, just in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. She said there were times when she was literally passing the other one of the other women. She was coming out and the woman was going in. Like, oh, it's your turn. Oh, okay. You got the 10 o'clock shift. Oh, okay. She said basically this went on until she got pregnant. She said at that point she could no longer really her mental health. She just couldn't do it anymore. She said she said that she was fully. She knew what it was. She knew what it was. She was under no illusions. They were not a couple at the time. She knew she was part of the rotation, right? She was not making any excuses. She said, I was a full participant in being a part of the rotation until she got pregnant. And that's when she realized, you know what, I'm not going to do this with him anymore. You know, we're just going to have to find a way to co-parent, because she said that she had already had 3 abortions. And she had told God the last time that she wasn't going to do this no more. So when she popped up pregnant, she said, well, I had to keep the baby because I told God I wasn't going to do it no more. So she said that she had just made up her mind that they would just co-parent, that she would raise her baby and she was just getting out of the rotation and she was going to do her thing. Well, she said that she told his mama that she didn't have another 7 years to waste on him, that she had already wasted 7 years waiting for him to come around and be the man she needed him to be, and she wasn't going to waste no more time waiting for him to figure it out. Shortly after that, she said her mother called her and said, I thought you were done with him. I thought you were done with Derek. And she was like, what you mean? I'm not with him. We're not together. And her mama was like, well, he just called up here asking if he could, asking for my blessing to marry you. And she was like, oh, really? So she said that's kind of how they got back together. He proposed. And in her mind, she was like, and again, she acknowledges the craziness in her thought process. And when I say crazy, I don't mean, you know what I'm saying. She acknowledges that because she said in that moment, my therapist Pam says, I love you, baby, and I thank you for being here. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion when I'm done. I'm just telling y'all what had happened. She said in her mind, she was like, out of all the women you was messing with, I'm the one you chose. So you must really be ready to do right. You must be ready to settle down. You must be ready to do right because you chose me. I had walked away. I said we would just co-parent. I said I was fine with, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I chose to leave the relationship. You came back, and not only did you come back, you came back with a ring, wanting to marry me, understanding what that commitment looked like. So in my mind, you came back to do right. Okay. So suffice to say, this man was never faithful. She said they were engaged for a year, and even up to a couple of weeks before the wedding, she basically caught him cheating. Now she said it real nice, but she basically caught that man cheating, if not physically, emotionally, right? She said that he always talked to other women. There was always women around. And then, of course, around this time is when he started blowing up. So now he's making money off of this image that he's putting out to the world, right? He's making money. Y'all are living good. Y'all living in a mansion. Y'all, you live in this. She said she was like an Atlanta housewife without being on the show. She was living good, and they had, the money was, you know what I'm saying? So you know now that this is the brand, right? So this went on, she said, listen, basically, I'm going to cut through all of the ins and the outs. Basically, she knew this man was cheating on her pretty much the whole time. Wasn't faithful to her, whether it was through physical or emotional. He wasn't faithful. So around this time, she got saved. Right? So this is around the time that she wasn't always saved, but around this time she got saved. And that's, she said that they got into a really big argument. And you know what, Pam, my therapist, Pam, that's an interesting thought too. And I'm going to come back to that because, again, I got my opinion on that as well. She said that they had a really big argument because she told him he needed to be delivered. She was like, you are basically you are a horrible, you got to do right by me. Like, you're treating me bad. You're horrible. They had this really big argument. And at this point, he had a condo. They had a big old mansion in Atlanta, but he also had a condo in downtown Atlanta, where he allegedly worked. Child, that's where he did his recording for the podcast, allegedly, right? But of course, we know what kind of working he was doing. We know what he was doing. We know what he was doing. So she left him. She literally got in her car and she drove from Atlanta, Georgia with her two kids, because by this time she got two kids. She got in her car and she drove from Atlanta to Denver, Colorado. She said the man beat her there. She said he got on a plane and he beat her there because I think she couldn't get a ticket out for the three of them. So it was something why she couldn't fly. And then she said that their money was funny, which of course was weird because you still living in a mansion and he driving a Bentley. I don't, because she said her cell phone was cut off. How you ain't got money for a cell phone and y'all living in a mansion and he driving a Bentley? But that ain't my business and I ain't in nobody's pocket. We all have priorities. I guess paying her cell phone bill wasn't one. Okay. So she said that by the time she got to Denver, he was there. Now she said that she stayed in Denver for 8 months. Child, what? I'm sorry, Tracy. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, okay. Oh shit. Shoot. So, and what happened was after that 8 months, she agreed to come back. I'm cutting through a lot because if you want to hear the whole story, go listen to, because he did a part one and a part two. So I don't want to take away. Y'all know I don't try to tell y'all everything that happened. So I'm giving y'all the cliff notes. After that 8 months, she went back. He agreed to do right. They were going to work through it. Blah, 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 blah. Well, that was the time when Tasha K exposed him. So she was explaining why. She said, I knew what was going on. I forgave him. We're working through it. I literally just agreed to come back. I literally just came back home, and she was pregnant with their third child. And so she explained the helmet, armor, bonnet, whatever thing. I don't care. But she was explaining why. That's why, even in the midst of what was happening, why she chose to stay, because she knew about it all. Like, Tasha can tell her something she didn't know. It's just they didn't want it to be public because they knew that's what the brand was. They knew that's what the brand was. She said he hired a image consultant and everything else. And when they did that video, there was a professional person there to, make sure he sat up, and they were trying to get her to rub his hand and, do these little things and try to put forth a certain image. And so her thing was what Kay didn't expose to me, she exposed to y'all, because everybody thought he was living this righteous life and respecting and loving his queen when I knew what it was. But it was the timing of when Tasha K put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Hold on a second, y'all. Sorry about that. Now, when was it that when he wrote her that Mother's Day message? Was that this Mother's Day or last Mother's Day? She did explain that, Xavier. And the guy, Xavier said, did she explain why she cursed people and prayed their offspring will become vagrants. She did. She was reading scripture. She says, um, and the guy that does the Dear Wifey podcast, he saved too, and he told her that he was in a nice way. He basically told her that there was a different way she could have said what she was trying to say. But I think she said exactly what she meant to say. I think she. So I have a couple of thoughts. So that's like I said, if you want to hear the whole thing, go to Dear Wifey, Dear Future Wifey. If you put that in YouTube, it'll pop right up. Dear Future Wifey, it'll pop right up. I forget the guy's name, but it'll pop right up. And there's a part 1 and a part 2. Part 1, both of them, you probably do need to listen to both of them, but they're both over an hour long. So this is what I'm gonna say. This is my 2 cents. This goes back to what Pam was saying. What's my therapist Pam says. This is what Pam was going back to what Pam was saying. First of all, in my opinion, I feel like he targeted her from the beginning. I feel like he absolutely targeted her from the beginning. I'm going to be honest with you, and this is just this is my 2 cents. This is really B. This is my opinion. Me. I'm not too sure that he didn't know about the sexual assault because it happened at a party at Tuskegee, and it happened. One of the guys she said it was a guy that she used to date, and she had turned him down, and basically he took it, right? It happened at the party. She said she ended up even staying the night. She was in her trauma. She stayed. She said she didn't spend the night with the guy, but she didn't leave the house. Like she was that in her trauma. As somebody who went to a small college, and I know Tuskegee isn't ridiculously small, but it's not a huge school either. I'm not convinced that he didn't know who she was or know something about her before he rolled up on her. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that he hadn't heard stuff. You know, y'all know how guys are. Guys, especially when they're that young, they will assault you and then talk shit about you, right? But even if he did not know about the assault, I do feel like he saw something in her. I do feel like he saw something in her. And I feel like she was targeted because she even said from the beginning, she was like, wow, he wants me, the jock, the football player. He's fine. He's sexy. He got all these women that want him. And he's interested in me. That wasn't by accident. I'm sorry. That wasn't by accident. I absolutely, my therapist, Pam, I absolutely believe that he preyed on her. Now, that's my opinion, y'all. I don't know nothing. I'm just telling you what I think based on what she said. That's my opinion. And I think that the first time she caught him and she didn't leave him, he was like, got her. Let me tell y'all something about people. And I'm going to talk about guys because that's who I date. I can't look at it from I can't talk to what men go through with women because I don't date women. I can talk about what women go through with men because I date men. So that's my point of view, okay? Let me tell y'all something. Men, hey Diva, what's up, my love? Men smell weakness. Men, a lot of times, not all the time, I ain't talking about every man, I'm talking about a general statement. Certain types of men look for that type of woman that they say, look, she's going to be a good mother. She's going to be a good provider. She's smart. We're in college together. And she's going to let me do what I want to do. She's going to let me do what I want to do. And the first time she caught him and she didn't leave him, he was like, got her. And that was the cycle of their relationship because of her self-esteem. And I'm not giving him any passes. None. But because of her own self issues and the layers starting with the layers are there, she ain't going nowhere. Because the reality of the situation is that man wasn't never faithful to you. So what in all reality, what did you think was going to change? That man was never faithful to you. Y'all went from Denver to North Carolina to Atlanta, and he cheated on you in every city across this country. Man, your self-esteem has to be in the toilet to be passing other women are on the way to smash your man. There was something about their beginning that reminded me of the homiest chick in the room approaching the movie How to Be a Player. Yeah, exactly, Diva, exactly. Because even when she said that she had acne and her hair wasn't looking fly, and the first thing he said to her was, "Do you model? What? Are you a model?" Really? That was your pickup line with the girl in the class that, by her own admission, and then the next thing out your mouth was, "Can you tutor me?" So you're appealing to her esteem, her self-esteem of not maybe because maybe not thinking she's the prettiest woman in the room, and then you're flattering her about her being smart. See, it's the unsaid things. It's the unsaid things. She was an ugly duck and he was a fine jock. Exactly. And that's not to say that men aren't attracted to women who don't fit the mold of what people accept as beauty and vice versa. I'm talking about this situation. The minute she told that story, I said, "Oh, he targeted her from the word go." Now, do I think that he was looking 20 years down the road and saying, "I'm gonna be this relationship guru and making it"? No, I don't. I ain't saying he had that plan, but I think he absolutely felt like she was somebody. Men have the people they marry and they have the girlfriends. Remember what was that movie Goodfellas where they said that they had the wives and then they had their girlfriends. Now, I am, I don't, just like we were talking yesterday, we were talking about abuse and cycles of abuse. We were talking about with Tina Turner and everything. I don't blame the victim. I try my best. I try my best. Let me say that. I try my best not to blame the victim. But in this situation, what I am going to say is this. When a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And I know love. I've been there and done that. Listen, I done been a fool for love. I'd never sit here and tell y'all I haven't. Child, I've been there and done that. People are fools to different extents. I've been a fool for love. Thank God it didn't land me in jail or dead, but I've been a fool for love. You know what I'm saying? But when a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time. That's all I can say. This man showed you again and again and again. And I don't think he ever had any intention of doing anything different than what he was doing. And I understand below, and that's why I'm saying I'm telling y'all, I'm not blaming her, and I'm not going to put the blame on her. That man did that to her. He betrayed her trust. He disrespected her. He violated her. He did all of those things. He played on her self-esteem. All of that. All of that. And he's still playing games with her because she said that when I can't remember if it was this Mother's Day or last Mother's Day, when he posted that heartfelt message about how great of a mother she was, and no matter what they went through, she was still a good mother, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, she's right. She did admit that. Yeah, she did. Um, she said that he had blocked her on social media. So she said her friends were the ones calling her to tell her, did you see what Derek said about you on Instagram? Did you see what Derek said? She said she was blocked. She said she didn't even know she had been unblocked, but he must have unblocked her so she would see the message. But he had her blocked on Instagram, so she couldn't see nothing he was doing on Instagram. So she said, and then she did, when she finally did see the message, he had spelled her name wrong. She said, how you gonna spell my name wrong? I think he forgot to put the accent in or whatever. She said, so you've known me for 15 years. We've been married, got 3 children, and you still done misspelled my name? You can't spell my name right? But you want to give me this heartfelt message, but you can't spell my name right. Now I will say this, and I again, I don't, I love y'all. Y'all don't have to agree with me. Y'all know y'all know we disagree around here all the time. I do feel like she's hiding behind religion, and what I mean by that is you got to listen. You have to listen to her. Going back to what Xavier was saying, did she explain that? And with the guy, the guy who is the host of the Future Wife podcast, well, even when he was trying to talk to her, he was trying to let her know, listen, you didn't have to say it like that. Like the way it came, like, but I think she meant that. I think she meant exactly what she said. I think she meant to say the scripture just like she said it. I think she meant it the way we took it. But I also think that it's coming from a place of anger. And I think it's coming from a place of reclaiming her power. You see what I'm saying? But I think she meant it. I don't think it was no accident or mistake. I think she's hiding behind her faith. I think she's hiding behind her faith. And again, I'm not saying faith is bad. And I'm not saying that, I mean, thank God she found her faith, because she said had she not gotten saved, she may have tried to unalive herself. She said that she has done it in the past. She has attempted it in the past. So she said she absolutely does not think that had it not been for her being saved, she doesn't think that she would have made it through. So thank God she did find religion. So that's not a bad thing, but I think that she's using it as a shield to throw grenades. Because if you listen to that podcast, she's throwing grenades the whole time. She's throwing them. Now I ain't mad at her for throwing them at him, because he deserved everything she's throwing at him. I like that, Xavier. Misdirected anger and unclaimed power. I like it. Yep. I like it. I like that. I like that. Hmm. So anyway, y'all go and look. I mean, listen to it for yourself. Let me know if you disagree with me. Y'all know I don't have no problem with y'all disagreeing. If you hear something different, or you can give me a different point of view, please do. But that's what I'm listening to. I'm listening, and I'm like, the one thing I can appreciate though is that she owned it. She said, "Listen, I was a willing participant in the bull hockey, but once he proposed to her, she thought it would be different, and it wasn't. And I don't think he ever had any intention of it being different." When you've never been shown love as a child, you just fall for the first person that shows you any attention. You know you deserve better, but you are so emotionally dependent. Exactly. Yep. And men, again, I say men because that's who I deal with, okay? Because I know women do it too. But men see it. There are certain men, not all men, there are certain men who identify that weakness and they use it. We see it all the time. We see it happen all the time. Hell, uh Fatal Attraction, Snapped, all of those shows deal with a lot of manipulation. Okay. Now we're gonna get off of here, y'all. Now, for those of you that want to kiki about Bishop Whitehead, child, we'll be back in give me about 30, 40 minutes because I need to I need to eat my dinner, but I also need to upload this video. So give me about 30, 40 minutes, child. Give me about 30, 40 minutes. And we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the bishop. So if y'all don't want to hear about the bishop, don't come back. Just meet me tomorrow. Okay. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Mwah. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, child. We have a good time. And come on back in about 40 minutes, child. We're gonna kiki and have a good time. All right? All right. His intentions were getting to this rotation. I enjoyed the way Dania Jackson videos made Negroes like him uncomfortable, but him and all his kind can kick rock, kick bricks, and traffic. You know what, Bat? All right, y'all, let me get out of here.